Sure. Well, I think what I'm known for the most part, is working at Salesforce.com and creating an outbound sales process that helped them almost double how fast they were growing, right? And that's was written about in this predictable revenue book, right? Which is the most common one people have heard about. But what's interesting, I think, is why did I go to Salesforce? So the story really starts because I had started a company, and this is a long time ago, but in '99, and the company, we raised venture capital. We raised like over $5 million. It was called Lease Exchange, kind of like a lending tree or like a multi-bank solution for getting equipment leasing. And the company went out of business in a couple of years. Now, I had hired a VP of sales, but and that VP of sales had a team, but when sales weren't working, I, as CEO, I didn't know what to do. And so after the company failed, I decided, you know what, before I start another company, I need to know how to build a sales team, how a professional sales team works. So where better to do that than to get a job in sales at Salesforce.com. And I'll say I went from being a CEO of a company to the only job they had in sales at Salesforce.com was answering the 800 line, the most junior sales job. There's only about 150 people there at the company at the time, doing about 25 million in revenue. But I was going there to learn, right? And honestly, the best way to get paid to learn is to get a job where you get paid to learn. And you can only read so many books. At some point, you have to do something to really learn it. And so from there, that's really where being in the trenches of answering the phones and doing the sales, I saw this problem, really this core problem of companies and Salesforce.com not having the sales leads that it needed to hit its growth goals. And for a lot of the lead goals and for the salespeople to be kind of, rushing month to month and quarter to quarter, not really knowing when they're going to hit their goals or not. And in creating this outbound sales team, and I did it myself, doing the calling and the emailing for myself for a year before we sort of turned this into like a big team of people doing it. I knew I wanted to have a more predictable way to feel like a system, an assembly line to create leads and sales rather than guessing period to period if I was going to make my number or not.